Yo, what's poppin', everyone? It's your boy Godified, and I just kind of wanted to bring you guys a quick video about skill damage and the state of. I'm gonna go ahead and start this out also with devs. From a programming perspective, I really don't know where you get your variables and your values from when it comes to doing some of your numbers. I mean, some of them I can understand, but we're going to go ahead and get into that in a little bit here, right after this little bit of gameplay I'm showing you in the background of me using my skills. But seeing as this is named The Talk, devs, sometimes when a male dev or a female dev or just a dev in general puts their code into a computer, a baby is made. I mean, I feel like I have to give you the birds and the bees talk here when it comes to this kind of shit going on. But let's go ahead and dive into this shit. It's your boy Godified. Give me about 10 seconds of showing you the rest of this. I will dive into the skills. Alright, so we're back at the base. And of course, everything you see in the background is pre-recorded. It's easier for me on the PS4 to go through here and just kind of do my voice overlay now. But as you see in the background, I threw it on heroic. That way it's highest difficulty next to legendary. If you look in the background right now, you'll see that's technically considered solo damage on heroic. Okay? That's how basically they scale this. Easy is basically single player if you're running around by yourself. Normal is around 2 people. Hard is considered 3 people in the group, and very hard is 4. Most of you already understood that. Okay? Now, as you can see my build right there, I'm going to sift through all the different skills here and show you all their damages, etc. As you can see, this one, 163k on the cloud damage. Okay? 163k is perfect. It's hitting that. But watch, when you scale it up to very hard, which would be a 4-player heroic, look at the numbers. Look at it. You basically have to have them stand in a row in order to get enough damage out to even affect them. And the dot that they say that is supposed to go on the enemy, quote unquote, doesn't even go on the enemy. It lasts for like 3 seconds. They dodge roll out of the cloud and there's nothing there. It's literally just a dot inside the cloud. But here's the kicker to this whole thing. As you can see, the damage in the background still going. In a couple of seconds, I'm going to pull up everything. Alright? Actually, you know what? I'll save that for when we pull it up. This is the turret. The sniper turret. Decent damage. Okay? Decent damage. But here's my kicker to this. You can aim the reticle, okay? And I'm cool with you being able to aim the reticle if you... That whole maneuver's cool. Like, there's certain things I enjoy, and there's certain things that I don't, and that need to be discussed. Look at the damage. 2.7 mil. Okay? 2.7 mil on that. And... Look at the damage. If I aim for the head, I can get some kills. Some. I have to actually aim my gun in and target the head of the enemy in order for it to register the sniper turret to a headshot. Okay? On PC, I'm pretty sure that's fine. You could literally just move your mouse, click, 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 headshots all day. Console, I'm sorry, it's not that easy. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a lot of people in the comments, if this video even gets posted and known to anybody. On console, there is nobody. I mean, there's probably, like, some real heavy tryhards that can, like, land headshots like that. But for the largest majority of the console community, nobody is landing those headshots. And the reason being is the enemies are way too energetic. Now, if you look at the drone, look at the health on the drone. 2.8 million. And that's even with 8.5 health mod. Okay? Watch how long it takes for this drone to kill one enemy by itself. Just keep your eyes on the TTK. Look at the TTK. Still going on one enemy. "22 seconds to kill one enemy." 22 seconds. And in that time that it took him, or that drone, to kill that one enemy, it would have been shot out of the air. It would have never even done that, making that skill completely useless. Here, cluster grenades. One of the community's favorite. Works wonderful. I love the cluster grenades. Okay? Love them. They're amazing. But when you get into heroics, the blast radius is so damn puny that the enemies see it, they run, they jump out of the way, it blows up, doesn't do shit. And some of the enemies, there's sometimes you throw it, and boom, nothing. Okay, alright. We're not even going to talk about what's going on in the background. We're not. Okay? I'll save all the random chatter for after we're done looking at all the skill damages. Okay? But that, we're not even going to talk about that. Like, that didn't just happen. Like, we're going to sit and we're going to pretend that that hive never happened. I never threw it. We're just going to take that hive, we're going to swap it with something else and pretend that it never happened. Alright, now, since the hive is gone, never happened, we're going to now begin with the turret, the regular turret. the regular turret's awesome. Okay, I will not complain about the damage factor on the regular turret. To me, I like it. I like how it actually does its thing. What I would honestly like to see it do is proc bleed, just off the fact that we don't really have much skills that are useful that proc status effect, which could then make more set items and more gear combinations more useful. Especially since, you know, you have the variant of the cluster of the Seeker Mine, the one that blows up and does bleed damage. But anyway, we'll talk about that here in a second too. So now we're gonna move on to this. Y'all ever seen this Firefly? The one that if they get up close to each other, just boom, blows up. Let's see how it handles on heroic 4-player squad. We ready? Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we missed it. Hold on. Maybe it blew up so fast and killed all of them that we just didn't see it. Let's try it again. No, apparently that didn't happen. Apparently, it blew up and did absolutely dog shit garbage. Moving on. Next skill. Sticky bombs. Our loved, welcomed back sticky bombs. That was my bad. I hit the button wrong. Gotta love scuff. Alright, after the cooldown's done, seeing as the cooldown is retarded. Alright, and alright then. And that thing is doing 4.8 million? 4.64, around 4.6 to 4.8 million for the sticky bomb. Didn't do shit. Alright, let's go ahead and check the fire one. Yeah, we'll just let it tick. Fire one's okay. I think the tick damage should be increased a little bit, but given how hard it is on console to actually land onto an enemy, unless they're like standing still, staring you in the eyes. So here's that what I was talking about, the one that procs bleed. Now, I like this one, but watch. I want to show you something. Boom. Look how low the bleed numbers tick for. It did nothing. But yet it does over 3 million for me. Almost 4 million damage. But the bleed did nothing. Alright. I don't know why I'm going through all that. But anyway, those are all my builds in the background. I was going to switch over to a gun DPS to show the difference. But I don't really have one of those set up yet that's like on par. But instead, here's my build. I was going to make a build video on it, but here you go. That's my gun, got perfectly rooted. That one, perfect strike. Keep an eye on the actual numbers here. Skill haste, skill damage, maxed out skill damage. Almost maxed out skill damage, maxed out skill damage. Gloves, yeah. Now, I do use this backpack mostly. On this build, I've been testing out the overcharge. But normally I have this backpack on, which has maxed out skill damage. And we'll get into that here in a moment. Also, I do change over to this mask as well if I change backpacks. So, you've seen all my numbers. You see what all my skills do as far as their damages. Let's go ahead now and cut the transition over. And I want to get a little bit more into a little bit of something else. We're going to cut into the mods next. Okay, so short and sweet, let's go into the mods. I'm not going to do all of the mods, but if you look at the damage right here, 4.3, okay? It's almost at the max. I'm pretty sure it goes up to like 5 or 6%. But look at the difference it makes. Almost nothing. There's literally almost no difference with such a low percentage. Okay? The health, or the skill haste. Look, barely. It goes from 9.2 to 9.6. Okay, the health. Even the health does not matter. These percentages on the mods are trash. I don't even have mods on that. Let's see. Hive. Here's a funny one. You ready for this one? Watch this. We're going to go check the radius. 5% radius. Okay. The range is 10 meters. You ready to see what it does? 5%. Brace for it. Ready? 1 meter. 1. Even the 4 gives you 1. 1 meter. You nerfed the hive to the ground. 1 meter. One meter. You're kidding me. That is sad. These skill mods are garbage. Now let's cut here and go into something else. Okay, so now that we've crunched out all that out of the beginning, not going to make this any long. I mean, it'll be a little bit longer, but I kind of want to go over a few things here. And in the background, you'll kind of get a little bit of an idea by seeing a heroic run 4-player. Okay? So, a lot of YouTubers that make their builds, they'll sell you on, yo, so I ran this solo, I did this solo, heroic, it's amazing. Greatest build ever. Alright, so let me talk to you for a second. For those of you that play this game solo, dude, that's cool. I'm not going to knock you for playing this game solo. Okay? I'm not. There's a lot of people that enjoy playing this game solo. And that's cool. It is. But there's also a lot of people, preference-wise, that would much rather play this with a group. Me? I rando queue 90% of the time. Okay? And when I rando queue, it's because I paid for the game. I want to be able to interact in a cooperative game with other people. And if you want to do something like the raid, for instance, you're not soloing the raid. You need to be able to play with people. Okay? And a lot of these builds people see online, people throw these builds together for solo. You know, they've done their little solo run. And, dude, I've done solo runs. And I'm not going to knock it. But when you're running solo, the enemies and everything scale down. So, when you're running alone, you're dealing more damage because the enemy's health pool is smaller. And as you get into groups, the enemy's health starts to tank up. And at that point, when you start getting into the 4 players, you start noticing that everybody on the team plays a role, so to speak. Okay? And I mean, there's like 1 or 2 skill builds in the game right now. Like if you use the demo class with a seeker mine and the mortar turret. Okay, that does a lot of damage. But on console, with all the debris that's around the map, it's so hard to pinpoint where you want the location to be unless you're above ground. And some places don't give you that opportunity. And then there's some opportunities that you get into, some situations where, like, we'll say, for instance, Capitol Building, Legendary. When you get into that one room in the circular room, like right there within the annex, the enemies are so... You basically get bottlenecked into a door. And if you throw your turret out, it's shot, it's dead. They can one-shot any skill that you throw out there. And that's where it comes down to this. Honestly, I love the new skills. Not skills, but the new rundown that we have, where you have weapon damage, armor, or skill damage. I love that. I do. I think that was a great addition. What I don't like is if an enemy pushes me,
immediate medical assistance needed.
I can't do anything about it. If I'm in a 4-player group and an enemy pushes me, gun damage, I am done. I am dead. My gun literally shoots clouds at these people. I am literally walking around with a blunt and a hose, passing shotties off to the enemy. And that's... I'm not even, I don't even get monetized on my videos, so I'm just gonna say it. That's fucked up.
Online computer detected.
Great. You can
Okay,
get the computer to sync
my
eyes.
skills,
Hopefully we can get a 20 on our team.
if I put down a turret, okay, a regular turret, not a sniper turret, or the flame turret's absolute garbage, because you have to throw it down and fucking pinpoint what direction you want the cone to go. Nobody uses that thing because it's damn near irrelevant.
This is Manny Ortega.
If you would bring back Division 1's flame turret, I'm pretty sure people would use it again, because it had the 360 turning head, which was amazing because you didn't have to sit there and, oh, let me go ahead and throw it facing this way, counterclockwise north, facing this way, because they're going to come out of here, and then as soon as the enemy comes out the door and sidesteps it by a fucking dick hair, guess what happens? It's no longer useful, and you can't pick it up like you can a hive. Now you gotta dismantle it by blowing it up and put it on fucking charge. Stupid. Dumbest thing. Whoever came up with that idea for the flame turret should have been fired. Okay. But there is so much potential in this system. The overcharge system, we have two ways of overcharging. The BTSUs, which means that the person using the BTSU has to basically take one of their skill slots and use a hive, which takes away DPS on one, because when we were doing the skill test earlier, you seen how dog shit the hive was. I threw the hive out, all 18 bleed charges, fucking blitzed the enemy, and didn't even do half their health and damage. Didn't even make it past the arbor. Okay. So you're telling me if I want to overcharge... What if I want to overcharge my hive? Okay. Wear the backpack. Throw a grenade out. Now I can overcharge that. Okay. Two ways. But what if I want to overcharge my hive and my teammates? You can't. And when you look at the way that the skills are in their damage spectrum, what about the healer? What about the healer? If I'm using heals, the heals in this are trash. Okay, I'm pretty sure you can get some healers in here that are really good, depending, but that's like a full-blown dedication to healing. You gotta have the chem launcher out, you gotta be shooting your teammates. I give anybody who can run healer in this credit for the awareness that they have to have. But when you go into a legendary mission, okay, for example, what happens? You walk down the hallway, boom, the enemy's got 4 of the leaders. They drop 4 health pockets apiece. You shoot an enemy, their health is back. And their med packs don't disappear. They stack them up to 4. I seen one run over to a corner, plant down one, and then plant one down in another corner before. They can plant down multiples. I've never seen it more than once, so I could be wrong. It may have just been a bug in the legendary that I ran. But I've seen an enemy literally run and plant 2 different health boxes down before. And I've seen them plant them inside of boxes before. You can't even see where it's coming from. But they got that box sitting inside of a box next to a trash can. And they literally get it directly inside the box. Or they get it around the corner. And then when you get into certain places with it, right? They put their health box down on the other side of the wall while they bottleneck you on the other side of the wall, and all you have is a doorway in between you. And you can't touch their health box at all. You can't touch it. Why? Because it's on the other side of the wall. Oh, you can EMP it by using your EMP jammer, but on legendary, their health box is literally the same health equivalent as the hive tank. So you can sit there for an hour and a half EMPing that health box and it won't go down. Also, the other health boxes heal that health box. And I think they even can go and repair their health boxes. So, while you're trying to do damage to it, guess what's happening? They're healing it. But us? I throw down a healing hive after 30 spurts of that garbage thing. It's gone. And then it's on recharge. That's it? That's all I have for group heal? 38 charges at max is the most I've ever seen anybody in a build make. You gotta be kidding me. Think of these logical numbers that you're seeing and that you're inputting. I understand that you want to make a game, and I'm speaking to the developers here. I understand that you want to make a game, and you want to give some difficulty to the player base. I agree. I love difficulty. I do. But when it comes to the point where a gun build way outperforms a skill build, your attempt at diversifying builds and making it to where the player can play whatever they want and be viable, it doesn't add up. If you're playing a skill build on anything in this game, okay, when you hit heroic and then legendary, the only thing you are going to be doing is either A, running the meta, which is demo with the mortar, okay, or you're crowd controlling with the blinder firefly and one of the EMPs. That's it. Nothing else you're using is gonna be that good unless you have a solid team that literally counters with you. And it's not like we can go into matchmaking and be like, hey, I'm a skill player, and then have the matchmaking sift through and have people mark down what they want to play as. I'm DPS. Let me queue up for a healer and a tank. You're trying to make team-based things here, but I can't tell you how many times I've gone in and I've queued up with a whole team of skill-based players, and it took us like an hour to finish a mission. I got into a mission the other day where there was 2 tanks. They were literally just sitting there boxing enemies together while me and another skill build guy tried to CC them. I actually had to go in and change my stuff around because I was actually running CC with Blinder and EMP. And the other guy was doing the same thing. We were literally just throwing fireflies and EMPing everything together before we finally realized there was no damage getting done. So, I mean, unless you have a dedicated clan where everybody in the clan is wanting to do certain things, I mean, of course, this is way off topic at this point, but, I mean, like I said, unless you have a clan, you know, you're not, you're gonna queue up with some random people if you rando queue. And, I mean, honestly, you don't know what you're gonna get. And that dives right back into what I was just referring to before. The skills. You dive in to a rando queue and you get with these skills, you've already seen the numbers. Now, I'm not going to play this whole boss battle because I ended up just leaving after a couple of tries. The people I was with, they couldn't really do much. I couldn't carry them on heroic. One of the guys rage quit left, which I'm pretty sure he's boosted at 402. And, you know, we banned people that use certain things, and pretty sure that guy's exploiting, but I'm not gonna say anything. Anyway,
I'm safe for now, but I don't think they're gonna stop coming after me.
I don't know.
You have to stop them.
It.
They're coming. It's not safe.
You're trying to make a looter shooter. And in the same realm, you're trying to make it an MMO. And from a person who's played MMOs for a long time, you can't make your game an MMO and introduce roles and say you want teamwork, but yet in your rando queue not have a way for them to classify themselves. And you can't have a skill class and the skills are garbage. Like, you guys really need to buff it up. Make this skill build feel like a gun class. Make us useful. Look at it right now. You can see it. There are 2 turrets shooting that guy in the background, and he's just walking around. I am hitting these dudes in the background. Purples. Look at them. Their health isn't even moving. We are literally... And you've seen my build. My damage is maxed. I cannot boost my damage any higher. Other than maybe changing my chest piece to the glass cannon. And that 30% won't do crap. But this video is already about to break 40 minutes. I'm done ranting, because now I have a headache. I hope everybody out there stays safe. Remember to wash your damn hands and stay the fuck inside. We got a quarantine going on. Take care of each other. For real.
Agent down.
We're all in this shit together.
Vital signs critical.
We do play the Division, so if we ever get our calling, get our Apple Watches, our whatever kind of shit you got, Android, whatever, your watch goes off, we all activate it together. But on a serious note, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys seen from my perspective what I'm talking about. Maybe got a little bit of a inside knowledge that maybe you learned something that you didn't know. And I hope if the devs even see this, since I'm such a little time content creator, I stream over on Twitch here and there, but my community is so small that I stream a little bit.
I'm safe for now, but I don't think they're gonna stop coming after me. I don't
So
know
I'll
why
probably
you
go
can't
unheard.
You have to stop them.
But with everything going on with the bans and such, it's just the devs can go and ban over 1 million people for using an exploit. And again, from a programming perspective, because I do program. I do program with C++, I do program with C#. I've dabbled a little bit into stuff, but that's besides the point. I understand that when you fix things in code, sometimes other things come up. I get it. Okay, I understand. But you got all these issues in the game. You have lopsided roleplay. And you're banning a large fraction of your player base for something that your coding team couldn't find. I mean, time to get back in there. Massive. It is. It's time to get back in there and get your team looking over all those if and if else statements, huh? Get them checking those if else statements. Because I mean, I got nothing. I didn't use the glitch. That's why I'm not banned. But when you got people who did use it and they're walking around free, and then you got people who didn't do anything at all that got banned, and then you're talking about rollbacks. Come on, man. Don't tell me you got a flawless system when nothing in computing and nothing in programming is flawless. Because then you'd be saying that security was flawless. And that's where I am. That's my specialty. That's where my training is. Network security. And nothing is flawless. But on that note, I'm out. Hope y'all that did get banned have a great 7 days. of chilling. Hope everyone's staying safe. And it's your boy Godified. I'm out. Peace.